It started with a knock, not a thunderous alarm, but a timid rap. Like the neighbor who brings over apple pie, I yanked open the door at 8 a.m. on a Saturday. Coffee mug still half full, brain screaming for just one more hour of sleep. Instead, the police officers filled my porch. Their cruisers parked in a neat row with red and blue lights pulsing silently behind them. A woman in her late 40s, jet black ponytail taut as a drawstring, arms folded, scowled at me with icy authority. "There, he is," she barked. "That's the guy I told you about the fire truck robe." My heart slammed against my ribs. The taller officer shifted, hand hovering near his holster. The shorter one gave me a steady, unblinking stare. "Sir," the tall officer said, voice polite but firm, "we need to see your ID. We've had reports of unauthorized parking of a commercial vehicle." I glanced down at my department-issued rescue utility vehicle, engine off, still warm from last night's run. I'm a firefighter, 15 years on the front lines, saving homes and lives. But here I was, accused of violating trivial neighborhood aesthetics. "This is my vehicle," I said, keeping my voice calm. "I live here. I just finished a 16-hour shift." "That's a lie," the woman interrupted. "I'm Linda Marshall, president of the Crestview Heights Homeowners Association. I know every resident. You don't belong here." I blinked, stunned. This wasn't a simple mix-up. It was a full-on accusation, thrown at me by the very community I protected. Background and problem set up. My name is Ethan, and at 27, I did what most people only dream of. I bought my home, debt-free. After college, I lived with my parents, freelanced as a graphic designer, saved every penny, skipped vacations, drove a clunker. When a 2-bedroom ranch in Crestview Heights, complete with shag carpet and wood panel walls, hit the market for a steal, I leapt. I sealed the deal with an all-cash offer, no banks, no loans, keys in hand. I owned my destiny. Reality was supposed to be peaceful, quiet streets, Sunday barbecues, a community garden. Instead, Linda Marshall saw a threat, a young guy in his first home, not fitting her HOA's mold. First violation 3 days after moving in. A-type notice appeared on my door, mailbox not regulation size. I laughed. Time measured it against the guidelines before installation. Next, hedges untrimmed despite my trimming them that morning. Then, drive-by patrols, her silver sedan creeping past, camera phone out. Notes demanded removal of unauthorized exterior decorations. I had none. She fined me $150 and threatened daily penalties if I parked my rescue vehicle. Personal impact. I complied, drove the truck 3 blocks away after a grueling shift, slung my gear over my shoulder, walked home exhausted. I felt the sting each time I passed neighbors polishing their SUVs, their eyes darting to my uniform. I'd risk my life for them, but in their eyes, I was an aesthetic criminal. Emergency call and delay. Then came the night that changed everything. A frantic 911 call child, trapped in a burning bedroom. I sprinted to the firehouse, ready to jump into the rescue vehicle, only to remember I'd parked it blocks away. Precious minutes ticked by as I circled back, breathing hard, helmet clutched in one hand. Imagine saving everyone else's life, but losing your own sense of safety to bureaucracy, escalation, and retaliation. When I shared my anger with the crew, they were furious. Next, Linda got meaner. She ordered a 6-foot metal privacy fence erected across my driveway, 0 clearance for emergencies, violating fire codes. The fence went up overnight. Keys to my house locked inside. Legal discovery and planning. I called a lawyer and dove into municipal codes and HOA bylaws. Private residents have parking rights for emergency vehicles. Driveway access must remain clear. Fences blocking egress violate fire safety regulations. Linda had no authority. She'd overstepped every boundary. Counterattack armed with evidence. My crew and I rallied neighbors. We highlighted the code violations and published an expose in the community newsletter. Word spread. Firefighter fights fence. Local news picked up the story. Showdown and resolution at the emergency HOA meeting. I presented the fire code, county parking statutes, and whole rules. Linda sputtered until the interim lawyer board members shut her down. "You've abused your powers." The fence was ordered removed immediately. Fines against me were rescinded, and Linda was censured. Epilogue and call to action today. I parked my rescue vehicle in my driveway, unthreatened. The fence is gone, and Crestview Heights feels like a true community. If you've ever been boxed in by petty rules, hit like, subscribe, and share your own HOA battles. Remember, rules protect us until they don't. Stay vigilant Asterisk.